Welcome back to another episode of Real Estate Happy Hour with the Acevedo team. As always, we have with us Amy Acevedo and Courtney Brown. Hello. And to my right, we have Miss Shannon Ponciano of House of Ponce. Welcome. So glad you're here.
Hi, thanks.
Have you ever looked in a magazine and saw a house that was just so flawless and perfect, you wondered, how could I get that? Have you ever thought about maybe hiring a designer but just didn't know how much it would cost? Well, in today's episode, you're gonna get so many good tips. It's gonna be incredible. All right, I got a couple questions for you. You ready?
Yeah.
So help us understand how you started your business and now what services you offer.
Oh, okay. How I started my business. I bought my first home when I was about 24 years old, and I didn't have a ton of money to decorate, so I was going garage sailing into Goodwill and loved to entertain and have people over, and somebody came over and said, wow, this looks really nice. You should do interior design. And I thought, yeah, I should.
That was it.
So I went for it. I would say the turning point, I basically called everyone I knew, family, friends, and said, hey, I'm starting an interior design business. I will work for free for food. And I staged model homes and got clients. And honestly, everything has been referral based ever since. And I would say the turning point was in 2010. We got a call from the Street of Dreams saying, hey, do you guys want to pay for advertisement in our magazine? And I thought, well, who are the builders and do they have designers? So I picked up the phone, cold called every builder, and the last one answered. And I sold myself over the phone. They hired me, did my first Street of Dreams, did not know what I was doing, swore I'd never do it again. We won all the awards and business changed.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So,
congratulations.
Thank you.
That's great.
Services that we offer. We like to focus on full service design. So we love to get involved from the very beginning and do home planning, interior design with materials, surfaces, selections, appliances, plumbing, everything, lighting, and then full furnish. So we go from that to offering, if you don't want to do your whole home, maybe you're focusing on one room at a time, we can do e-design or a package where we specify everything for you and you can implement or purchase furniture as your budget allows. Either if you're out shopping, some people really love to shop, they can go to Home Goods or West Elm or wherever, CB2, and buy things that fit the design profile, or they can buy furniture on our online shop at houseofponce.com.
So Shannon, if somebody wants to make a statement with a home and just do something that kind of has a wow, do you have ideas on what they should add to that?
Oh yes. I love accessories and styling. I think that updated light fixtures can make a huge statement in a home. I think that hardware, I know it seems so simple, but you could take basic cabinets, change the paint color, and go for some amazing hardware. It's like having the perfect black dress and then wearing the right heels and handbag. So I would say hardware, accessories, and lighting are a great statement piece for any house.
So I know every year design gets a little different. What are some emerging designs that you're really a big fan of?
Ooh, emerging designs. I would say that this organic modern style that's kind of coming about is emerging. I think that we're gonna see a lot of warmer tones rather than we've gone through all the grays, and it's not out, nobody needs to panic. Definitely the matte brasses are still vibing, but more like warmer tones, like some terracottas and like this color, exactly. We brought in
love terracottas.
some warmer tones here mixed with cool tones. I think, yeah, just mixing metals, bringing in texture, natural woods to bring in some warmth, and then again, high style, some of that flashy statement pieces in the jewelry and in the hardware and the lighting.
What are some simple updates that you'd recommend somebody do? So I know when someone's preparing their home for sale, we'll say, okay, you can change a backsplash. We always talk about hardware and painting cabinets too. Just some simple things that people can do to just really change the look of a place, especially if they're selling.
I would say if someone's selling a home and they want to do some updating, paint is probably the number one thing. just a fresh set of eyes, which we can come in and do a consultation, fresh paint, light and bright, again, changing hardware, maybe some new carpet, and yeah, the lighting. Yeah. I think it's a really good place to just kind of clean it up, give it a little facelift.
I feel like we go in and see the really old brass a lot, and that's like the first thing we write down. We're like, oh gosh, I'm like, oh, well, we really love our lights.
Yeah. It comes down, I think, honestly, clean lines. Regardless of your style, if it's traditional or modern, somewhere in the middle, transitional, but lighten it up, brighten it up with some fresh paint, and bring in some clean lines, I think.
And then, so when you guys are staging a home, because you guys said that you do home staging for sale.
Yep.
What do you recommend focusing the attention on, or what do you guys focus the attention on mostly? I know, again, we always tell everyone kitchen and master is really important. So what do you guys think about that?
I would say home office is really important right now, especially having gone through pandemic. People are working from home, teaching from home. I know we're going back to school, but a lot of people have been home. So showing, if people are looking to buy a home or sell a home, showing that there is a place for an office in the home. We like to focus on, we'll take a walkthrough of the house and look at its features and try to highlight that with our furniture or however we stage it. And if there happens to be an awkward spot, we will stage it and show people how they could live in the home.
What about outdoor spaces? I was surprised. So I was actually looking at stats on like kitchen and master. Everybody kind of knows traditionally those are the biggest returns.
Yeah.
Offices are huge,
Yeah.
but then outdoor kitchens and living areas made a huge like return on investment.
Yeah, definitely. I would say that living in the Northwest, outdoor living is really, really important. And so if we can help people figure out how to expand that space, whether it's an undercovered living area such as this one, or expanding the outdoor kitchen, that's really nice. And if you have a large yard or even a small one, we break it down in zones. And so we can help design those spaces how it might be used, whether you're dining or if you want to play cornhole or if you want to watch football undercover and have a fireplace on. So there's all sorts of different ways people might use the space, and we just try to listen to that and maximize.
What would you do with, let's say you went to a home and right now we have like these beautiful soaring ceilings, but it had really low ceilings, hardly any windows. It just felt dark and small. Like you can't change the floor plan of the home. I mean, sometimes you could move a wall, but what would you do to brighten up that space?
To brighten it, I would paint it white, and I would bring in specific furniture that might help the space feel larger, like definitely the appropriate size area rug, maybe something light, a glass table so that it's there, but you can see through it. There's certain design elements that we can implement to help with those issues.
Do you ever bring in mirrors? Like, what are your thoughts on that? I know you can over mirror for sure, but it's definitely a great way to open it up and then kind of reflect light.
Yeah, definitely mirrors are important. It's one of our favorite things. It takes up space, brings in light, reflects beautiful things. So definitely, yes, mirrors.
And then just for everyone watching, if there is just one thing that they can do right now, a piece of furniture to buy or an update to do just to modernize or make their home shine a little bit more, what would you recommend?
Ooh, do I have to pick one?
It just has to be one, yeah.
Top three.
I know.
Top three is fine too.
Well, I would say that I think we all can attest to living in our homes. You kind of lose sight of what it even looks like. So if you can bring in a fresh set of eyes, I know maybe doesn't answer the question, but a fresh set of eyes can really help declutter a space. And I think if you can declutter, pull some things out, and simplify, it's not one thing, but it's very, very helpful just with stress, lifestyle, and helping your space look better, brighter, bigger, cleaner.
Yeah.
I actually think that's a great tip.
That's an excellent tip.
Really
Yeah.
is.
People will think like they'll have just a light that's been burned out for 3 years that they forgot. Yeah.
Consultations or even just a friend, and and say, help me declutter, because we don't, even in my own home, I don't see certain things. I'm like desensitized and focusing on everyone else's, but.
This is totally a curiosity question, but like I'll go to a cleaner's house and her house is a mess. And I'll go to a painter's house and their house has flaking paint because they don't want to do their own house. Do you feel like, have you designed your own home?
Oh, okay, that's a loaded question.
You don't have to answer.
Well, no, it's actually good. We are currently living in a condo because we are building our dream home.
Oh, fun.
And so while I've spent all of my heart and soul on everyone else, I finally have the opportunity to do our own. And so I have a bit of design dysmorphia, and I'm kind of like, what is my style? What do I want to do? So it will be a very good exercise to see kind of what I pick out. But in our current living situation, that's probably why I can, talk to clutter or small spaces or staging and all of that, is because we're sort of dealing with that and living in a temporary space and making the best of it and look good. And eventually I'll get to do the dream home that I get to help people with.
I cannot wait to see your dream home.
looking forward to
Yeah, we're all coming over.
It all rides on this, so.
Thank you so much for being here. So if people want to get in touch with you, what's the best way for them to do that?
I would say our website, houseofponce.com, and there's a questionnaire people can fill out to get in touch with us, kind of ask questions about projects. You can email us. Instagram is great, DM us. We love to interact and talk. And if you want furniture, it's all for sale, either shop Instagram or our website.
Awesome. Thanks for being here. And this house you did is just incredible what you've done here. It looks fantastic. It's so comfortable, even like this big home. It just feels very much like a home. I love it very much. Awesome. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Real Estate Happy Hour with the Acevedo team. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, the Acevedo team is absolutely top notch. And make sure you stay tuned for a market update.